Hello and Merry Christmas and welcome to Talkappella. I'm one of your hosts, Brian Alexander. Joining me on this festive holiday season, I have none other than my favorite co-host, Elicia Edwards. Elicia, how's it going? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Brian. I am so exhausted right now because we
Uh-oh.
we just recently wrapped our Christmas with the Tabernacle Choir.
Nice, fun.
So it was last Thursday, Friday, Saturday were our concert dates.
Okay.
And I was up there on Thursday at 6, had to be ready to go, hair and makeup and everything by 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Friday by 6:45. Saturday, I think our call time was 7.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then my carpool and I, we slept up in Salt Lake because we had a broadcast in the morning afterwards.
Okay,
So we were
sleepover party,
like,
nice. Okay.
no,
Yep.
well, it was definitely not like a slumber party or anything, but it was like we were so exhausted. We were like, we're not, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all live about, 45 minutes outside of Salt Lake. And we were like, it's not worth it for an extra hour and a half of driving. We would
I
rather
hear
take
you.
that extra hour and a half of sleep. So
I guess
that is what we
someone who
did.
has
Yeah.
as someone who's previously had to deal with that
Yeah.
commute from Salt Lake down to
Yeah.
Provo and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, I
Terrible.
feel for you.
Terrible
I feel
commute.
for you.
Yeah, but we actually on Saturday, okay, so Saturday
Hmm.
our call time, actually no, our call time was 6:45 for the concert on Saturday. But we had
Mm,
to be ready to
okay.
go in the conference center by 1:45 in the afternoon because
All right.
we did a whole recording session.
Oh
So
my gosh.
somebody did the math and it was like we were all together for over 25 hours
Well, I hope you
in
really
that
like the
in that
people you're hanging
week.
out with
I mean,
at
I
that
like
point.
most of them. That
Uh-huh.
okay. Um, to our guests, or not our guests, to our audience, we have
Mm-hmm.
a special guest joining us today,
Oh boy.
and she just smacked me.
See.
So
Mm.
you all know I love cats.
Oh yes, we've been
That should
informed
not. Oh,
before.
and she's going away. She's gonna go eat again. But I like had my hand down here under my desk and like I was pointing my finger at something and she swatted it and I'm like, what the heck? What is wrong with you? That's not a toy. Anyway, she made
See
me.
this.
She does not have a name. She is a stray that we picked up outside and she will hopefully be going back to somebody else's house.
See,
After
and this is why I'm a dog person.
yeah.
This is
Well,
exactly why I'm a dog person.
she's like a dog half the time. She wants attention. She wants to
Ah.
sit in your lap and
Are they-
cuddle and have love. And then the other
But does
half
any
of
cat really like a dog? I don't know.
and then the other half of the time, she's just like your standard cat. Like she's just like beach whaling it on the floor over here, or eating, or
Mm-hmm.
sleeping.
Oh
So
my goodness.
that's what it is.
Well,
But
well,
we
best
know
of
I love
luck
my
with
cats.
yeah, best
Like
luck
you.
handling
Um,
the cat situation. But
I
we do
do.
have something.
We have something really exciting, but before we
Yes.
get there, we have to show everybody our Christmas attire.
Okay, let's do that quickly, and then let's jump into some
I did
content.
think
Let's
about
do
wearing
that.
a Santa hat today, but
Okay,
I didn't have the energy to look for it. So, OMG Santa!
we got an elf
I
situation, and
know him.
then there we go. For those who can kind of see, there we go. Little Bucky's action from down south in Texas.
That's a sweater, right?
It is. It is
Oh.
a Christmas sweater.
It's
It
a
goes all the way up
yep,
to the wrist.
Christmas sweater. And if you are from Texas or you're familiar with Texas, you know Bucky's.
World's greatest gas station. But on that note, hopefully that kind of sets the tone for what we have in store because we have a very special holiday episode today.
And this is our season finale.
It is. You're right. It's our last episode of the year. So, oh my goodness, what a run so
What a
far.
run, yep.
I know, but more to come. But before we start looking ahead, we do want to share some very Christmas, very festive, very holiday-esque episodes. So today we're bringing viewers none other than our top, or you know what? Let's say our favorite, some of our
Yeah, some
favorite
of our favorites.
holiday, some of our favorite holiday videos, covers, things of that nature. So to get us started.
Acapella, of course.
Oh, of course, of
Of
course.
course.
Talkappella, acapella.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
of
So
course.
to get started, should we do ladies first,
Actually, I think you should go first.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. All right.
Yeah.
So I had to think of this collectively. I mean, I couldn't just go with
Okay.
here's one, here's two, here's three. I looked at what I was going to be bringing our viewers, and I have a habit of leaning more towards more older stuff, things that have been, tried and true. So
What?
to
It's not like, you're an expert in acapella music or anything.
if you want to
No.
call me that, But to start things off, I did want to go with something a little bit more, something newer, something more modern. So for our very first video, my very first choice, I have none other than a Slovenian a cappella group, and
Oh,
they're pretty popular. They've had millions of views on YouTube. Still do
okay,
have millions.
okay.
They're called Perpetuum Jazzali,
I've never
and
heard of them. Okay.
maybe you haven't heard of the name, but
I've
if
probably heard
you've probably seen
them.
a video.
Okay.
Yes,
I've
you
probably
probably
heard
watched one of
them,
the
but not
videos.
of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So today I'm going to bring one of the more recent covers. So they recently did a cover of "All I Want for Christmas Is You"
Ooh.
by, of course, Mariah Carey.
None
We
other.
already,
Yes.
yes, we know that famous one. So
Yes.
we're going to play a short clip of that cover, and then we're going to get some thoughts on it.
Okay. Sweet.
So, viewers, we hope you enjoy this cover of "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by none other than Perpetuum Jazzali.
You, baby, I won't ask for much this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe. I won't make a list and send it to the North Pole singing. I will even stay awake to hear those magic reindeer play. 'Cause I just want you here tonight, holding on to me so tight. What more can I do? Baby, all I want for Christmas is you.
That was awesome.
So, I absolutely love their sound. But before I start getting into my comments, what are your first initial impressions?
That was just so much fun. Like, like
Yeah.
their tone is so solid. I mean,
Hmm.
one of the things that I don't like about about some a cappella groups that I've heard, and
Yeah.
I mean, this may honestly be a like some effects of my voice teacher having
Hmm.
on me, but she and I have talked about chirpy singing and
Okay.
just like how stuff sounds very like nasally and like really
Yeah.
really high
Very
and up
tinny
here,
stuff.
because
Yeah.
and this is nothing against sopranos, but like altos and sopranos have different timbres,
Hmm.
and so like just the tone when you're singing, like sopranos come off as very like their timbre is very I don't want to say it's nasally, but
Hmm.
sometimes it can come off that
It can
way.
be.
Whereas
Yeah,
altos
absolutely.
don't typically come off more that way. They come
No,
off a little bit more soulful, in general.
absolutely.
And I personally gravitate more towards that kind of sound, and I feel like they have that kind of sound. So I really,
Absolutely.
and if they do have some high stuff in there, which that
Hmm.
doesn't mean you can't sing high stuff. It's just
You got to be
like
kind of
recognizing
more
the tone of
methodical.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, being methodical with your with your choices of what kind of tone you're going to use when you're singing.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. I think their sound is very balanced, very nuanced. I think I feel the same way you do about a lot of your comments there. One of the things I really like about this group is they're a post-collegiate group, and it goes to
Oh
show
yeah,
that you can have such a like rock solid sound and it not just be, we're looking at a college group or a younger group. It goes to show, hey, people who are, more mature singers, they are still in it. They're still producing great stuff. And this,
100%.
I love the percussion. I love how it just feels modern. And like I said, the sound, I love it. It's
Mm-hmm.
a big group in a sense of what you normally compare to other groups you see, but the sound is still so tight.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's,
and there's a lot going on in this, which I
hmm.
mean, there's a lot going on in the original as well, but
Oh yeah,
they did a fantastic job.
absolutely agree. So yeah, that's how I'm opening up.
I
So
love it.
what you got for us?
So the first one I want to share is a YouTube short, and this song in particular, and it's not even necessarily this cover, but this song is very I don't want to say personal to me because I wouldn't say it's personal, but it
Hmm.
is very like nostalgic for me. For our
Okay.
audience who doesn't know this, I grew up in South Texas, a lot of Spanish culture, where I grew up, and I mean, if you think of Spanish Christmas songs, there's only one in my mind. Like, to me, there's only one that comes to mind. And so this is a cover of that. So we hope,
Ooh, okay.
yeah, so very very quick cover of it, and it's got members of Voice Play in it.
Okay.
So you know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
already know.
So we hope you enjoy this a cappella cover of Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Maracas, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Ain't that just beautiful?
Woo, that was good.
It
Oh
was
my
so
goodness.
fun.
It
So
was. I love
fun.
how first off, the harmonies got me. The harmonies were nice and smooth. And then when that beat and that groove
Maracas.
came in, when I started, doing it, I felt like I'm
The
going to
shoulder-
do a
the
samba
shoulder moving?
myself or something. I had to throw in a little, the shimmy kind of thing on that. I love when music makes me do that. My goodness.
I will say, between the two of us, I think you were probably the better dancer.
Well, I don't know.
I
I just, I don't know. Jury's
not,
out. Jury's
not
still
my
out
thing.
now.
I can sing. I can sing.
Okay,
And I
there you
can
go.
and I can do like choreographed stuff. But
As long as you got rhythm. As long as you got
that's please. There's no question. I got rhythm.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was great. I love I think that's kind of music that draws everyone in, and
Absolutely.
it's familiar. Feliz Navidad, and then some conversations I often have with some of my a cappella friends who didn't do necessarily organized contemporary a cappella, but people I might have sang with outside of like a college group or whatever. They always, they're big about, oh man, a cappella comes off a bit too cheesy, gimmicky kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was nothing about that in that video, and I love that. I love how that reminded me, took me back to old school harmony, street corner stuff. But then when the percussion came in, you're like, okay, now we in it.
It honestly, it took me back to a time when my husband and I went on a cruise in, I think, 2018 with a
Okay.
couple of our friends, and it was in December, and we went to Mexico, and it was like, it didn't feel like it was Christmas because it was like tropical and awesome. And there was a guy who got on one of our tour, but like we were doing like an excursion, and so we had to take a bus to the excursion. But there was a guy who got on with his guitar, and he started playing Feliz Navidad, and I was like, yeah,
There we
it
go.
was awesome. It was so cool.
Yeah.
All right, you got another one for me?
I do. Okay, Alicia. First off, before I show you this next video,
Okay.
I got a question for you. Who have you often alluded to as being like one of my favorite a cappella groups?
Straight No Chaser.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew
I
you
was
were going
like,
to answer
there's
that.
no question about that.
Well, I'm glad you said that because our next video is by none other than Straight No Chaser.
Also, I will say we're not sponsored in any way by Mountain Dew or Pepsi, but my drink of choice right here.
Mountain Dew, you heard it. Here, we're not sponsored. We could be.
I said it earlier, but I'm exhausted. It was a crazy week, so I need
you go.
my
Get your-
pick me up.
I got you. I hear
All
you.
right, so we got straight no chaser.
We
I was
got
gonna say straight no chaser.
Straight No
Straight
Chaser.
straight no chaser.
Absolutely. We have none other than, one of the biggest a cappella groups of all time, especially one of the biggest currently still doing their things.
Right.
And on I think this was their first holiday album, they
Okay.
released a fantastic, and probably till this day, my favorite version of Oh Holy Night. And it's just beautiful. Okay. Yeah, you were feeling that one. Okay.
Oh, you'll know why. You'll know why in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, for our viewers out there, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get
Here we go.
straight to it.
We're gonna get straight to it.
There you go. We're going to get straight to it.
There it
When-
is. There it is.
Exactly. With none other than Straight No Chaser performing Oh Holy Night.
The soul felt his worth. A thrill of the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, fall. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night divine. Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, I went a little too long.
I could tell you were still in there grooving. I could tell. Okay, she's still listening here.
I went a little longer than we were planning to.
I know. I messed up by choosing a part that you want to keep hearing more and more because it keeps getting better after that. So
Did you notice me laughing as soon as it started?
why was that?
Because you'll find out. You'll find out in a minute. This was very
Okay.
good. I did notice an absence of percussion,
Yes. Yes.
which you don't always hear in acapella. You don't have to have percussion in acapella. You don't.
No.
And honestly, I wouldn't add percussion in if it's not adding to the sound.
Absolutely. And
yeah.
that's what I love about Straight No Chasers. Music selection and just arranging choices. They're very selective when it comes to when to incorporate percussion because they're not like a pentatonics where you're going to hear it on just about every song.
Right. Well,
kind of thing.
and I did notice in this video and the first one that I shared, you got a really strong. Well, and I'm sure I didn't notice it as much in the first one that you shared, but I'm sure it's also there. You have a very strong bass presence.
Yes.
And I noticed that the bass from Voice Play, he has long hair.
Okay.
And Home Free, Tim Faust used to have long hair. So I'm like, maybe that's where some of their bass power comes from when they have long hair. I don't know. And so I wondered if the bass from Straight No Chaser had long hair.
See, I can answer that. So I've been to a number of Straight No Chaser concerts, and the bass at the time they have two. On this album, they had two very strong, prominent basses, which helps make their sound. They didn't have as long hair.
Oh,
I know
okay.
it's Mr. Randy Stein and Charlie
So-
McLean.
Just imagine how much more awesome they would be had they had long hair.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It might have blew out the speakers and the subwoofers here. But you know, one of the things I love about this cover, I got to hand it to him, Jerome Collins. Jerome Collins is the lead for this.
Oh yeah,
he's by
did
far
great.
one of the best vocalists in a cappella history I've ever heard in my life. And I just love the passion that he sings with. And as the song goes on, viewers and listeners out there, if you keep watching, you're going to hear a part where Jerome, and I think it's Mr. Mike Luganbill, they do harmonies at the end on this Holy Night, like this really rapid, oh, holy night kind of thing. And they make that song. They absolutely make this arrangement in this cover.
So for our viewers as well, there is a Straight No Chaser cover somewhere of What Child Is This?
Oh,
And the soloist on that cover is none other than our very own Brian Alexander. I'm not sharing that today. I did actually want to try to find the Straight No Chaser version of it, and I couldn't find it. So, but if you're interested in finding a cover of it, you can look up in version a cappella What Child Is This? And Brian is the lead on that. I'm in there, but Brian takes the cake for
all
that
I will
solo.
say is do not go play Straight No Chasers version and then listen to our version because you're going to be severely disappointed.
Go the other way.
In the solo work. Yes,
Go the other
exactly.
way.
Start and then grow.
This
Absolutely.
was a very it was a COVID project, and it
Yes,
was a
thank
very
you.
very amateur post collegiate.
I recorded it in my closet at the time.
Yes, there you
So,
go. That gives you an
you go.
idea. All right. So the reason I was laughing so much at your choice for your second video was
Okay.
I have also picked a cover of Oh Holy Night.
Ooh,
And my clip is starting at the pretty much the same place in that song.
are you kidding me?
I am not
Well, on the
kidding.
same wavelength.
Yeah, but that must be it. But the reason I picked this song is because it was one of my favorites to perform. So I'm actually in this video. So we're gonna go from Straight No Chaser, all men, to BYU Noteworthy, all women, singing both a version of Oh Holy Night. Now this was our cover of NSYNC's version of Oh Holy Night.
Ooh, okay, I'm excited.
So viewers, I hope you enjoy it.
The thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night divine. Oh, holy night. Oh, night divine. When Christ was born. Holy night when Christ was born.
There you have it.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I was
Alicia,
gonna say it doesn't compare to Straight No Chaser, but it's pretty good.
I know it was its own nice, lovely, unique thing in itself. It
Yeah.
was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It
It was
was pretty fun.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it had the spirit. It had the
Well,
the
and
spirit.
our soloist on that song, her name is Hannah Zanger. So we actually had we actually had two soloists. We had Hannah and we had Marissa who sang the first half of the song. Then we had a key change and then Hannah took over. But it was so funny. We were like everybody dressed like it's really really cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was November, which
Uh-oh.
it usually is getting kind of cold in Utah at that point in time. But for whatever reason, at this year that we filmed this, it was nowhere near as cold as it typically would have been.
Oh my goodness.
So we're like, everybody wear gloves, wear pea coats, wear beanies.
Oh, y'all were up
scarves,
there just sweating
everything.
up a storm.
Well, and so we were it's called the Riverwoods in Provo, and it's like an outdoor
Okay.
mall. And they had already had the lights up, but they didn't have any of them on. And so we were in this gazebo, like trying to film, and somebody was like, came over and was like, "Do you want to turn on the lights?" And we were like, "Yes, that would be amazing." And this was actually done before Noteworthy was officially part of the school at BYU. And so this
Oh,
was
okay.
all students who did everything. And so this is just if you are if you're in a collegiate acapella group and you don't have a ton of resources, your school might have some stuff that's available to you, even if you're not officially like adopted by the school.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed. Just you got to look for those things,
Yep.
and then if it's not established, do what Noteworthy did.
Yep, do
Go
what
out
we did.
there, build up your resume,
And you can
make
see
them
a
so they can ignore you.
11 years younger me.
I have one question. What part were you singing in this?
I was singing bass.
I had a feeling you were singing the bass.
Of course I was singing
like,
bass. I only sang
okay.
bass.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm like, I think Alicia's singing bass on that one. Oh,
Anyway,
oh.
yeah,
Okay,
that's all.
okay,
I'm not
that's-
doing that
Still
again.
got it.
If you want to hear it again, you can back up the video. All right, you got one more for me.
I have one last one for you, and
Okay.
my opinion, I save the best for last.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
So viewers out there, I consider you all my family. So what I like to do with my friends and my family, I always like to be honest and give it to them straight.
Straight.
All of my oh my
Straight
God,
no
this is not a
chaser.
straight no chaser. Say that recurring
There it is
joke
again.
forever now.
There it is again.
One of the things I always tell my friends and family is my all-time favorite soprano vocal comes from an acapella comes from the group formerly called Sonos. Now they rebranded to Aurora.
Oh,
And
okay. Okay.
one of their earlier works. So this isn't your typical Christmas song, but it is a holiday song.
Okay.
There's a song called White Winter Hymnal
Oh,
by
yeah.
Fleet Foxes. Tons of groups have covered it,
Hmm.
but I like to think that Sonos, now Aurora, were one of the first groups to really do it a cappella, long before
Okay.
Pentatonics did
Okay.
their arrangement. And they have a soloist who performs in there. Her name is Jessica Friedman. I've seen Sonos Aurora many times live. This is by far one of the most beautiful soprano vocals I've ever heard on
Okay.
a cover. So I'm going to stop hyping this up, but
Okay.
we're going to take a look at Aurora's version of White Winter Hymnal by Fleet Foxes. So I hope you enjoy.
White snow, red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. Then I turned around and there you go.
She's good.
You know what? If it wasn't for us trying to be considerate of everyone's time, we'd be just listening to that over and over again.
Let me correct you
Well,
there, my friend. You would be.
yes.
You would be only because
Yes.
White Winter Hymnal is not my favorite. It's not one of my favorite Christmas
What?
songs.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
know.
Why,
It's
why
just
not?
I just don't get into it very much because it's so
Ah,
it's so slow and yeah.
it's all right, Alicia. We all
It's
have
very
our
like
flaws.
it's
It's
very
all
like
right.
free flowing to me. That's how it feels.
It
Which
is.
isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when I think of like Christmas music, I like think of like jingle bells, not like the song Jingle Bells, but like actual
Hmm.
jingle bells like playing and it just gets me like a sleigh ride. It makes me really excited.
I got you.
Um
And that brings
yeah.
up a good point because I think the Christmas and the holidays have a different feel and different vibe to different
Yes.
people. And I'm with you. I do like to an extent the upbeat, bubbly, maybe even like Jackson 5, Santa Claus coming to
Oh
town stuff.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then there's another element to Christmas. Like I think of like New York at nighttime and it's a quiet street and it's just
Mm.
snow. And it's kind of like it's kind of ominous a little
Yeah,
bit,
no,
but
that
it's
makes sense.
also
Yeah.
and so that's what this song
No,
does to
that
me.
totally makes sense. Okay. Well, and I will
Yeah.
say this. So she's very good.
Hmm.
Um, one of my biggest critiques from some sopranos that I've heard, and
Hmm.
it's this by no means is like sopranos like a general like hating on them because it's not, and altos do it too. Like all voice parts do it, but
Hmm.
I've just noticed it more from some of my friends who are soprano singers. I've
Okay.
noticed that vibrato is usually really really strong, and it's
Yes,
like
absolutely.
it's sometimes not methodically placed,
Hmm.
and so I noticed an absence of that here,
Yeah.
which I really appreciated because I feel like if you had added that in here,
Hmm.
it would have taken away from the song. Like this song
Yeah.
in my opinion is meant to sound very pure,
Yes.
but it like throwing in vibrato with it
Hmm.
eh,
Yeah,
would
and I'm not a
would kind of lose some of that element to me.
yeah, and I'm not a female singer or a high register singer or however you want to
What?
put it. I know, surprise shock. With that, so I don't know what it's like, but I understand where you're coming from. When you start getting up that high, to me, I do often hear a lot of times some singers lose control on that
Right.
vibrato, but
Hmm.
because you're trying to sing so
Or
high,
they're
you're
not
mo
on the pitch center and they're trying to
yeah.
use the vibrato to help them hit the note, but they're just like they're under
Hmm.
pitch and the top part of their vibrato is what's hitting the pitch. And so
Absolutely.
it just sometimes it's like a facade almost. Like they're not really hitting the note, but it kind of sounds like they're hitting the
But
note.
you're
Yeah.
kind of getting there. I mean, you're
Yeah.
making up
It's
for it in a
like
way.
like they're trying to make up for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's like a
I
crutch almost sometimes that some
it can
singers
be.
use.
It can
Yeah.
be. And you know what? To some people, they care nothing about that. Some people more, like me, I kind of pay attention to that stuff. So
Yeah.
it does. I'm with you. It does
Yeah.
kind of a certain thing emotionally to the ear at times.
Yeah.
So, all right, Alicia, what do you have
Okay,
last
the
for
last one I
us?
have for you, I did
Okay.
save one of my favorites for last because it's like, okay, there are two songs in particular. So, I mean, this is from, Acapella Royalty, Pentatonics.
Okay.
So there's two songs actually of theirs that I love to sing to at Christmas time. One
Mm-hmm.
of them is the Christmas sing along. That's not what I'm
Okay.
sharing today. Um, this one is called "Good to Be Bad."
Ooh,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know if you've
It's a
heard it.
Christmas song, right?
It is. It's like it feels to me like it's their take on "I'm Getting Nothing for Christmas."
Oh
It's
boy.
like a more
Okay.
modernized version of it. So we're just gonna listen to the first almost minute of it. It's so fun to me, and I'm like, yeah, like being good isn't always the best.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sometimes. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'll get a lump of coal for Christmas. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
this one is in particular extremely fun to me, and for me to just kind of like sing along to in the car or wherever I'm at when I'm listening to it. So we hope you enjoy it.
So bad, good to be. So bad, good to be. So bad, well it feels so good to be bad.
Good to be bad.
I've been thinking about this year a lot. Whether I've been a good girl or not. Santa promise you won't get mad. Sometimes it feels so good to be bad. I miss my curfew by an hour late. I fed the dog the veggies off my plate. Tried my best to obey mom and dad. But sometimes it feels so good to be bad. So maybe I won't get nothing for Christmas, but I had been through.
Nothing good for Christmas.
Or maybe, just maybe, you'll go easy on me. I hope you will.
I sure hope you will.
I played hooky and
Ugh. I just love that song.
That was fun.
So
I like that.
it may be good to be bad, but that song brings me so much joy.
Mm-hmm. I see why. It lifts the spirits. It does
It
that.
does. It does. And the percussion adds a bit to it. So it's not
Yes.
like they're like, and Pentatonics never does this. They're not ones who will throw percussion in on something that
Yeah.
where it's kind of taking away from it. And they have done some songs with no percussion.
Yeah, and I got nothing against really good percussionists that have a really wide
Oh yeah.
reaching toolkit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, acapella has a tendency to throw in random sounds
Yeah.
and stuff for no
Like
reason. It doesn't
don't
progress
do
the
it just
song.
for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, but this one, it absolutely it adds to help the feel.
When I mentioned that they have some songs that just are like absent of percussion, that's Christmas to me is one of their originals that is just that. Anyway, I just think this song is so much fun.
I agree.
And-
I've
and-
never heard that one before too.
And to our viewers, we hope you enjoyed it as well. I mean, I think that's gonna wrap up our episode today.
That wraps up our special.
It was really fun to see some more a cappella songs that I actually hadn't heard before, even if they were from groups that I had heard of. It was just really fun, Brian. Merry Christmas.
You as well, my friend.
And-
I want to be the first to say not only a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, but thank you for a wonderful season of Talkappella.
Oh, yeah.
This was
Likewise.
great.
This has been so fun.
This was great.
And for our audience, if you're anxious for some more content, we'll be back in 2025. So we want to thank Acaville for giving us this wonderful platform to share all things a cappella with you, our audience. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this and sharing this content that we love with you. Be sure to like and subscribe, like the video below. If you are interested in watching some more of these videos that we've shared with you today, we will include all of the links in the description below for you. Follow us on social media. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. You can find us on both of those platforms at Talkappella. That's 2 P's, 2 L's. Don't forget that. It's spelled the right way. And if you're interested in contacting us, send us an email. You can reach us at Talkappella. That's right, 2 P's, 2 L's at acaville.org. I think that's a wrap for today's show. Merry Christmas to all of our fans. And don't forget, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's even good to be a little bad.